me and almost said his real name. Me and AJ are in the back of the car. As we are there, like I said, I was talking to him, and next thing you know, he went to sleep. So he's leaning on my shoulder, and I'm like, babe, he's not responding. And I'm like, okay, maybe he's just sleeping. You know what I mean? And I say it again, babe, nothing. I literally slapped his cheek, not really hard, but I like tap on it like a little harder. And I'm like, baby, can you hear me? Nothing. And I'm like I'm literally like by the highway closer to Bellevue than I am closer to North Side where he stayed with his mom. So I tell my brother, let's go to Bellevue, the big hospital in Bellevue. That's where I end up taking him because now it's like I'm not sure if it's really serious or he's just asleep. So I did what anybody else would do. Emergency. I took him to the emergency room. I took him to the ER. He is 20, so I can't take him to the ER. I don't have his mom's number. At that time, I think I could have contacted his dad, but I wasn't sure too because again, it's consent. I want him to be able to be like, okay, contact somebody. So I go to the hospital and they're asking me what happened to him. I tell him what happened. I was like, woke up this morning. He was pacing back and forth. He said he wasn't feeling well. Again, he didn't take anything. He was just up and he just said he feels like he's about to pass out. But he was like taking me home. He wanted to go home. But then again, I was like, instead of going home, since he was already passed out in the car, mind you, this happened in the car. So because it happened in a car and it's like a life-threatening situation, I took him to the hospital. They're asking me what happened. I tell them detail to detail what happened, and they help him get out of the back seat. Again, he was not awake. They had to try to get him out and fix him. Again, the entire time the medical are doing this, taking him out of the car and trying to help him, he still was not waking up. He literally woke up after they had him in like basically in the bed with all these tubes trying to figure out what exactly caused his problem. And they asked me, who are you? I said, I'm his girlfriend and all that stuff. And yeah, the only reason I like still was trying to figure out if he was okay. If he's okay and he gets up, he can literally call his parents and say, hey, I'm at the hospital. That's something he needs to do. And if they would have told me that they need his family, I would have literally said it, but they didn't say none of that. They just said his girlfriend. I said yes, I am his girlfriend. But if anything serious was there, I would have been like, yeah, parents gotta get involved. So I feel like I feel like there's no point. I didn't have the contact to the parent, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But I was hoping that if it got to the point where I needed them, I knew how to find them. So, like a couple hours later, he wakes up, he's fine. They ask him what happened, instead of just being honest and say he just fainted, he said maybe someone gave me something, and no one gave him anything. Like why would you say that? Matter of fact, why would you think they would think I would have gave him anything? That's what messed me up. Like, you could have just said that you fainted, because that's how it started out. You were pacing, you said you don't feel well, then you fainted, as you said you would. And I took you to the hospital, and I told him exactly what happened. And then you wake up, you could have just been like, I fainted. But no, that's not exactly what he said. He just said maybe someone put some things in his drink or something. Well, the story is nobody did, because they took tests on him. He was fine. So, with that being said, what other someone's gonna tell you about this boy? Um, all I can say is a lot of things had happened, and I have always really been there for him from the jump. I would never leave him stranded. I would never, I would never hurt him. I couldn't hurt him. But a lot of things he has done to just get at me, that hurt. That hurt too good. Um, I want to continue this, but I don't even know where to like literally begin. So I told about the hospital incident. I told you guys about our little dating history. I told you guys about our amazing sexual chemistry. What else did I get tell you guys about? I feel like I'm probably missing something, but I'm not sure what it is I'm missing. There is this one story he told me the first time I met him, but the story is like too explicit. Like I really, it's too explicit. Actually, there is there's 4 stories about Davion that I could tell, but I don't want to tell because these 4, they're too specific, too detailed. Um, it's not worth sharing. I like to mention it because it's like what he did to me. If I just open up about if I just open up about these 4 specific stories about Davion, it would make me feel a whole lot better because the fact that the pain you caused me from what you did could only be equal to me speaking up on you. And the only difference is, while he stayed here lying about me, I don't have to lie. I don't have to lie at all because I could hurt him as much as he hurt me. But like I said, I care about him. I'm gonna let God handle it. I'm gonna really let God handle it. But I really be running off track. um, okay, it's gonna get more exciting. I feel like I would have to explain the next few incidents with Davion another time. But I seen a lot. And I mean I seen a lot. I want to finish this episode up with one story. And that is of him. It's not funny. I'm not trying to laugh. I'm just nervous. The story I want to tell is that he he seen someone get murdered, and he was the whistleblower to tell everybody that there is a gun before everyone started running away. And although everybody scattered, one particular child was too stunned to go any direction, and he ends up being shot a couple of times. And Davion is the only one that came back and held him screaming for help. He has good intentions sometimes, and sometimes he is the darkness himself. But I remember when that situation happened, I called his father because he just said there's a shooting, and then all of a sudden there was no connection between me and him. And mind you, at this time I was all the way in Bellevue, he was all the way in Northside, and I was just there like I got so scared and so nervous. I was feeling anxious. I was thinking maybe he got shot at too, and I'm just thinking and thinking and thinking. Now I'm debating, should I call his father, should I not? Because